A short practice for the heart chakra, Anahata. Begin in any comfortable seat. Cross-legged is fine, or sitting in a chair. Hips on heels is what I'm showing. Start to tune into your breath and bring your hands together in anjali mudra at the heart center, prayer position. And then begin to tap with your thumbs against your chest. Just let your hands get into a little rhythm. Just thumping the chest, gently with the thumbs, tapping against the thymus, activating the heart center. Breathe normally as you do this, and tap just a few times. You may speed up or slow down, and then just pause. Notice how you feel. On your next inhale, float the arms, palms up into a V position. Feel free to look up if it's comfortable, and then exhale, bring your hands together, one on top of the other over the heart. And then inhale, sweep the arms down and up again. Exhale, cross the opposite hand on top of the heart center. Press lightly on the chest. Feel the weight of your hands. Inhale, arms sweep down, out, and up. And exhale, crossing again, the opposite hand on top. Do a couple rounds like this, lengthening your inhalation. With each exhalation, crossing the opposite hand on top, drawing the navel in and up to help squeeze all the air out. After a few rounds, let the hands rest on the heart. See if you can feel your own heartbeat. Next, we'll transition into a seated pose. So swing the legs out in front of you. You can pull on the sides of the bottom to feel the sitting bones a little more prominently. And when you're ready, sweep the arms forward on an inhale. And as you exhale, lead with the heart toward the chest. As the arms come down, let them rest wherever they're comfortable, along sides of the legs or even on top of the legs. And then inhale, float the arms back up into a nice wide V so the shoulders feel comfortable. And then exhale, leaning forward, keeping the chest lifted. You'll see that my feet are flexed here. You can always relax the feet a little bit more. And if the hamstrings are tight, feel free to soften the knees or bring a rolled blanket under the knees to make it more comfortable. Each inhale, arms come up, we open the chest. Every exhale, the chest leads and the arms come down. Keep the back of the neck as long as possible. Good, come back to seated when you're finished. If the arms up variation doesn't feel good on your back, you can always place both hands at the low back around the sacrum and bend forward and lift up, just as we were doing before with the arms up. It's always nice to sit for a moment and observe any effects you feel from the movement and the breath. Next, we'll transition into a table pose on hands and knees. Start with the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulder. Back of the head in line with the back of the tailbone. Natural lumbar curve is present. Take a couple breaths here. Letting the belly expand and contract. And then start to walk your hands forward. Let the chest start to move toward the mat, little by little. Coming into puppy pose. Really using the breath to help you come down. Puppy pose is sort of a blend between a child's pose and a downward facing dog. And as close as you can get your chest toward the floor. You may rest your forehead on a block or a blanket. You can see my arms are out wide here to make room for the chest. You could also bring them in a little closer if that feels more comfortable on the shoulders. Just bring your heart toward the earth in a comfortable way. Bottom still up nice and tall, although you can slide it back toward your heels a little bit if you like. Continuing to breathe and feel the heart expand. Feel the heart connect with your mat. When you're ready to come up, just come out slowly and come into a full child's pose, resting the forehead on the floor. You can keep the arms extended if you like that variation of child's pose, or you can slide the hands back toward the heels. Once again, just feel any effects from the positioning, puppy or child. Return to the seated position that you began in with the hands at the heart center. This time we'll open up the hands so that just the pinky fingers and the thumbs are still touching. All the other fingers are spread out as wide as possible into a lotus flower at the heart. As you breathe in, imagine as though the compassion that wells up into your heart comes into your hands, and that compassion and loving kindness leaves your body and moves out into the world as you exhale. Take a few rounds of breath like this, connecting with your heart center and sending that loving kindness out into the world. Bring the palms back together when you're finished. And thank yourself for your practice. Namaste.